Coming up on Mountain News this morning, we've learned 2 people are dead after an explosion at a home in Wolfe County Saturday.
Meanwhile, hundreds of people in Pike County paid their respects yesterday to an 11-year-old girl who died in a Pike County house fire.
Plus, earlier this year, 3 lives were lost in Harlan County due to a house fire. After months in the hospital, the lone survivor of that fire held a celebration of his family's life.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. The time is 5:30 on November 25th. I'm Madison Pergram.
And I'm Will Puckett. Thank you for tuning in to Mountain News on this Monday.
On this Monday, it's a Monday morning, but it's a holiday week, so for most people, they're going to be out of school for half a week.
Yeah, a lot of them might not even have any work or school to go to this week, so lucky you all.
Well, let's go to Brandon Robinson. Brandon, what is the weather going to be? It's foggy this morning for sure.
Right, it is foggy today. Today looks very nice if you still got some last minute shopping to do. Of course, the 3 of us will be here all 5 days, so you can wake up with us every morning this week, although Will be out and about on Friday, Thursday too. We'll take a look and see what's going on this morning. We'll see the fog as well. We're seeing that across a big chunk of the area. And again, these sensors are on the ridge tops. All that fog is in the valleys, but trust me, it's out there this morning. Temperatures cold, upper 20s in some locations, low to mid 30s in others. I think we'll all get down to right around 30 by the time we get again towards 7 o'clock this morning, kind of level out there. 57 your daytime high today. We averaged 53, the record of 73 back on this day in 2010. We'll talk more about the week ahead, including the big holiday travel period coming up here in just a little bit. Will?
All righty, Brandon. Thank you, sir. Well, we have learned 2 people are dead after an explosion at a home in Wolfe County Saturday. And it has also left several others without a place to live. Krista Frost was at the scene yesterday morning where investigators had to wait for the house to cool down before going inside.
A lot of questions still remain on what caused an explosion at this home in Wolfe County. State troopers came out here on Saturday, but had to come back on Sunday morning just to continue with their investigation.
Due to the conditions, the conditions of the house, also the heat with the house, we couldn't do anything until today.
That's why troopers had to split up their investigation. And it's also why the details surrounding what happened took so long for anyone to get. But upon returning Sunday,
we've located 2 identified people. The coroner has their bodies, and they are going to be later identified probably in Frankfort.
Those 2 people were a couple of 6 people total in this house when the explosion happened Saturday afternoon. 4 others, all family members, were able to make it out with burns. Troopers are trying to piece together what happened here and why these 2 didn't make it out.
They were found in the bottom part. At this time, we're still investigating. We don't know if they were up at top and then fell through, but they were found in the bottom in the basement of the house.
What's been likely a devastating weekend for many in Wolfe County is now leaving them with a big question. What happened here? We're
not sure. They're not sure right now, but we do know that there was an explosion with the house.
Now, we do know that an arson investigator was on scene, but as of right now, state inspectors and the fire marshal are in charge of this investigation. For now, reporting in Wolfe County, Krista Frost, WYMT Mountain News.
Hundreds of people in Pike County paid their respects yesterday to 11-year-old Ayla Eastwood. Last week, Ayla died in an early morning house fire. Mullen School hosted the 6th graders' visitation and funeral. Her brother, Keaton Eastwood, says the fire is not something that should define her life.
She's still going to impact people's lives when she's not here. She had so many friends. She had the brightest smile. She light up her room.
Her mother, Meredith Eastwood, is still recovering from the fire. Thousands of dollars poured in to help the Eastwood family after that fire. Those donations paid for Ayla's funeral.
And a little over 7 months ago, 3 lives were lost in Harlan County due to a house fire. The 2 young toddlers, Alex and Olivia, died the day of the fire on April 22nd, and their mother, Allison, died just 2 days later. The father, Chad, was able to pull through and is now back in Harlan County after months of being in the hospital. Yesterday, he hosted a celebration of his family's life and invited the whole community.
I wanted as far away from him as I could get, but when I seen the love pour out from Harlan County and the surrounding areas, even other states, but the love of this community, this was the heart of the love.
Howard says he is grateful for such a large turnout at yesterday's memorial.
Paying the ultimate sacrifice nearly 70 years ago, Marine Ray Palmer Fairchild's body never had the chance to return home. But thanks to the latest technology, scientists were able to identify Fairchild's remains and send them back to family and friends. Ray's youngest brother, John, says this feels like a dream come true.
It gives me peace of mind. My parents are here. They're buried on the old home place. My sister, my brother-in-law, and now my brother. And it gives you closure when your family is together.
The funeral took place Saturday at the Magoffin County Funeral Home.
And all Lawrence County schools are closed through Thanksgiving. School officials said there was a fire in the storm drainage system. Schools are closed Monday and Tuesday, and classes will resume December 2nd.
The Knox County Sheriff's Office is asking for help in locating a missing teenager. Take a look at this picture on your screen. Officials say Jordan Boyd told his foster mom he was going to play basketball at Central Elementary School, but never returned. He was last seen wearing a black hoodie with gray specs, black ripped jeans, and black Converse high tops. Anyone with information on Boyd's whereabouts is asked to contact the Knox County Sheriff's Department. Their phone number is 606-546-3181.
And a Georgia man is behind bars in Rowan County after KSP says he drove to Kentucky to have sex with an underage girl. 46-year-old Eric Elmore is accused of sending sexually explicit messages and pictures to a student in Rowan County. When the school found out, they contacted police, and police in turn set up a sting. When Elmore showed up, they cuffed him and charged him with conspiracy to commit rape and other charges related to the pictures.
Meanwhile, Laurel County Sheriff's deputies say they responded to a single vehicle crash Saturday morning. Officials say the driver of the car, Jessica Melancon, was arrested for driving under the influence. Melancon is from Georgia. Officials say several open containers were found in her car, and Melancon admitted to using heroin 3 hours before the crash. She is being held at the Laurel County Correctional Center.
And officials from the Laurel County Sheriff's Department say 2 deputies arrested 2 men last week for trafficking marijuana. 2 deputies in K9 Gotcha stopped a car about 1 mile west of London on Thursday for speeding and weaving on the roadway. Officials say K9 Gotcha alerted the deputies of the drugs in the car, where they then found 5 one-pound bags of marijuana. Charles Lewis and George Minton, both of Manchester, were arrested and charged with trafficking.
The Pulaski County Sheriff is warning the public about counterfeit bills circulating the county. The bills look like this. The sheriff says they are fake bills and they're being used in all denominations and have what appear to be Chinese symbols on the back corner. On Friday, officials say a man tried to use a fake bill at a business off of South US 27. Officials say the clerk pointed out to the man it was fake and he ran. If you come in contact with the counterfeit money, you are asked to report it to the Pulaski County Sheriff's Office.
And a bus at the Louisville mail facility uncovered hundreds of fake driver's licenses. Customs and Border Patrol agents made the find during an inspection. The package contained 238 counterfeit driver's licenses and 536 blank cardstocks. No information on a suspect has been released at this time. And a look at a woman with a birth year of her ID that would make you do a double take. Ann Towns turned 101 on Saturday. She celebrated her birthday with family and friends in the St. Matthews area of Kentucky. Ann's a retired nurse from Virginia, says she enjoys a cup of bourbon every day. She says the secret to a long life is all in the way you live. And a healthy giraffe was born at the Cincinnati Zoo Saturday morning. This comes 1 week after the father of the giraffe died after a medical procedure. Workers say the giraffe, whose name has not been released, was on its feet after an hour of being born and was nursing soon after. This is the 17th giraffe born at the zoo since 1889. This is the 7th giraffe fathered by the recently departed Kimba.
Well, the dog is getting some love on the internet after a shelter post described how she was found keeping 5 kittens warm on the side of the road on a cold night in Canada. She was cuddling up with them against the snow. Someone notified a shelter and an animal control officer picked them up. The kittens have been taken in by a foster family because they are not old enough to be adopted yet.
And calling in sick caused one man to go viral on the internet this weekend. We'll tell you how just ahead.
If you're traveling for the holidays, I'll have your forecast for your Thanksgiving travel period here in about 3 minutes.